Welcome back to a brand new video. In this roster update video, we're going to do it a bit differently. We're going to cover 20 players who are going up in overall. Not all will reach a new tier, but you'll get advice on 20 different players you should invest in. So to start, we'll be talking about gold to diamond, silver to gold, and then players who are going up in overall but won't reach a new tier. Cedric Mullins, I believe, will be one of those players who goes up in overall but will not reach diamond in this next update. So let's jump right into this video. Ozzy Albies is my first lock for this video. In his last 15 games, he's had 55 at-bats. In those at-bats, 17 hits, 5 home runs, 16 RBIs, 4 walks, 15 strikeouts with 6 stolen bases. Those are crazy numbers for an 84 overall, playing at an MVP level in these last 15 games with a 309 average, 350 on base percentage, 618 slugging percentage. You do not see that from a player. Talk about his last 7 games, those are higher in every single major slash category. Teoscar Hernandez is one of those players who's reminiscent of Nelson Cruz and JD Martinez. A bit better fielding, but dominates in the hitting side to increase his overall to where it is now. However, if you're going to dominate in the hitting side, you cannot be playing average hitting for those hitting stats. You need to be playing above those stats. With his average at 292, on base percentage 299, as slugging at a low 446 for his hitting stats, I don't see an improvement in that category to boost him from an 84 to an 85. However, he could get on a hot streak, and I would hold on to this 84 card since it is at a high price right now. If you think you are at a good price to sell him, I would sell him then too. So Giovanni Gallegos has been slowly climbing in overall this year. However, I want to talk about his last 6 appearances at the time I'm recording this, Monday at night. So in his last 6 appearances, he's been lights out for the most part. However, on July 1st and July 4th, he's let up a combined total of 4 runs. Since he is a closer and dominates in the hits per 9 and Ks per 9, those 4 earned runs over a matter of 7 innings pitched some odd, that will not help his ERA as it jumped from a 2.06 to a 2.64. You cannot increase an overall with a 0.5 ERA jump. Regardless of advanced statistics, you cannot make the jump. Jared Walsh is one of those guys who can only hit righties and cannot hit lefties, right? But as you can see, he just dominated against Aroldis Chapman, a diamond closer, a left-handed pitcher, for a grand slam. Now, his hitting stats versus lefties are so god darn low that this one at-bat versus a left-handed pitcher might give him the tiny boost he needs to get to a diamond overall. However, since June 23rd, his average on-base percentage and his slugging has dropped in percentage points. So I wouldn't be too high on him going diamond. However, he's one of those players where if he gets a few good at-bats versus lefties in a 2-week span, diamond instantly. The cutoff date for last roster update was on the 23rd. So since then, we only are able to see Freddie Peralta in 2 different starts to this update, which those starts are not too convincing to push him to diamond. However, he's been pitching so good this year, MLB The Show might just push him. He has been pitching at a 2.23 ERA up to this point. In his last 2 starts, he's pitched 6 innings pitched in both times, allowed a combined of 5 hits over those 12 innings pitched, with a matter of 4 earned runs and 2 home runs over those innings pitched. He's allowed, though, 9 batters walked over those 12 innings, which might be a scary sight to see. I do see him going diamond regardless of all of these negative things coming from the last update. Hunter Renfroe is my biggest lock from silver to gold in this update. If you want to know why, it is because he has diamond fielding and is hitting so well. When you hit the ball average and you have diamond fielding, Byron Buxton, consider him a player that is just an 89 overall, but the year he started gold and he climbed the ladder because he had diamond defense, it helps out so much. In his last 15 games, batting with a 291 average, 333 on base percentage, slugging at 545. That is better than some of the gold to diamond hitters that we've seen on this list already. He is a lock to go gold. MLB The Show has been disrespecting this man all year. Gold defense, respectable. Bronze offense, not respectable. He's batting in his last 15 games, 323 on base percentage of 362, slugging 446. In his last 30 games, he's been better in all of those slash lines. So there's no reason that this guy should not improve. Going to gold might be a stretch, but definitely getting an increase to his overall. I expect a 79 or 80 in this next update. The stats with Raciel Iglesias are pretty simple. He's pitched in 7 games, pitched 9 innings, and allowed 1 earned run. In those 9 innings, you see 1 hit, 0 walks, 15 strikeouts. What else is there to say? He is a lock to go from silver to gold. If he doesn't, screw MLB The Show. They are blackballing him from getting to his highest potential. Since last roster update, Taijuan Walker's had 2 starts, so let's talk about them. In those 2 starts, he's had a combined 10.2 innings pitched with a combined 3 earned runs. Now, I think that's pretty good considering there's only 1 home run, 3 walks, not too many hits with 5. I really do think he should go up on overall. He's a 78 right now. I expect to see a +1 or a +2. I'm hoping, crossing my fingers for a +2 for your Taijuan Walker and Mets fans out there. Now, I think with Raciel Iglesias being a lock to go from silver to gold, you'd also think Presley would be a lock from going silver to gold. However, this got me thinking. I don't really know if he'd go gold just because of, has he played enough to be deserving of a gold? In his last 7 games, he's pitched 7 innings, 4 saves, 2 hits, 13 strikeouts with 0 earned runs. But with both of them, who knows if MLB The Show wants to give it to them. I personally think it's a lock. We'll have to see if it's enough for MLB The Show to give it to them. Okay, this is the last reliever I'm going to talk about from going silver to gold. His ERA in the last 7 games, been a 0. 7 innings pitched, 4 hits, 2 walks, 10 strikeouts, a whip of .86 if you want me to do the math for you. What else is there to say? He's definitely going to go gold sometime soon. So if you guys remember Schwarber, he's now injured, but he went off for 15 home runs in 17 games. He does have a lot more power versus righties than he does against lefties, but regardless of whatever numbers you want to pick out with your little tweezers, he's definitely going to go up. That much home runs in such a small period of time, regardless of the injury he holds right now, he's going to go up in overall. He's at 76. Do I think he's going to go gold? Maybe, maybe not. I expect a 79 or 80 coming from Schwarber. Now to start our trending upwards segment is Joey Gallo, the face of MLB The Show cheese cards, with his extreme power. In his last 7 games, he's had 5 home runs. His last 15, he's had 9 home runs. In his last 7 games, don't get confused with 15, he's had a .333 average, .440 on base percentage, with over 1,000 in the slugging department. What I do expect is a bit more contact, considering he's getting on base with a higher average. On base percentage, he should get a bit more vision, and with the slugging, maybe a bit more power. We already know he has insane power, but we might see it. So let's get on to the next one. Cedric Mullins is the most obvious player who's going to go up in overall. It's just how long will MLB The Show take to give this man diamond? I'll talk about his yearly stats because I feel like that's most important. He's batting at a .318 average this year, .385 on base percentage with an OPS of .932. You know, it's just killer stats. We are just waiting. It is a waiting game with MLB The Show. It's obvious he's going to go up. He's definitely going to go up from an 81 to a higher overall. I expect 83 or overall, or 84 this update. And then next one, we'll definitely see him going diamond as long as he's consistent. Definitely one of those players that I would buy now. Bo Bichette smashing the ball in his last 15 games. His last 15 games, he's had 62 at-bats, so a large sample size, with 20 hits, 1 home run, 11 RBIs, 5 walks, 8 strikeouts, 3 stolen bases with a split line of .323, .382, .419. It's a pretty low slugging, I have to admit, but he's batting for high average and on-base percentage is pretty high too. I do expect a small increase in his hitting stats, but not enough to get him to the next tier at diamond. He might be one of those players who goes up to a diamond in the update after this, or maybe another update after that. Devers is a player that you know mashes righties but doesn't hit lefties as well. However, he's been hitting the ball insane these last few games. It doesn't even matter who he's hitting, he's getting a jump in some category. In his last 15 games, he's batted with a .296 average, .381 on base percentage, insanely high compared to his average, and he's slugging at a .556, so you know his OPS is nearing 1,000, insane numbers. In those last 15 games, he's had 3 home runs, which is, I'd say, a considerable amount, and he's had 6 walks to his 10 strikeouts, so I like his numbers for going up. Then again, I don't think he hits diamond. So Brian Reynolds might be one of those players who are trending up, but not by a lot, possibly very little. In his last 7 games, he's batted a 208, 269, and slugged a 500. However, in his last 15 games, he's batted a 333, 367, 579. So as of recent, he's gone very cold, but throughout the last 15 games, including those last 7 games, he's actually been pretty hot. I do expect an increase in overall by maybe +1 or +2, nearing the diamond status. German Marquez currently sits at 75 overall, but I do think we could see a considerable jump by +3 or +4 going into this next update. When you consider his last 3 starts, 23 innings pitched, 3 earned runs. Insanely low numbers. He had a 1-hitter versus Pittsburgh at home. At home with the Coors effect against him. He doesn't strike out an insane amount. However, he's been striking out an insane amount in his last 3 starts with 7, 5, and 11. I'd like his numbers to go up in the next update. Framber Valdez has pitched in 7 games this year, even though he's a starting pitcher. And I would rather talk about the relevant starts. I want to talk about what he's done so far through these 7 starts. From May 28th to July 1st, he's held a 2.18 ERA through 45 innings pitched. And what this segment is really about is that he's been playing well. He's a silver that should go on to a diamond in the upcoming updates. I don't expect him to slow down, and I don't think you should either. So I would invest in this guy if you're expecting a silver to go to a gold in an update that is not this one. You could get him for pretty cheap too. This last update is going to be Jake Cronenworth. In his last 15 games, his slash line is a 304, 409, 696. What I really want to talk about is that he doesn't excel in anything to a great degree. So what I would do is I'd try to have him go up in overall just a bit and bit. And if he gets to an 84 and 83, I would sell then. I do not see Jake Cronenworth going to a diamond this year, but I do think he's a good investment that you can make some stubs by flipping on him in the updates.
Take naps and you a sleepy dog. Get your ass in the back, shoot up your